Hey everyone, good morning or good evening if you're on the other side of the world. This morning, like about an hour ago, I woke up early at about 6 or so and I put on the telly just to watch some YouTube and catch up on things, and I realized there's a Blackmagic live stream that I'm missing. They have announced a new camera, so I thought I'd just do a quick recording. This is very kind of unscripted and not probably very well filmed, but I just want to press record and announce the news to my channel for anyone following. So Blackmagic has a new camera. It is called the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro. So yeah, a little bit of an upgrade, I think, on the body of the 6K. Looks similar, but there are a few different features that they've added. So the body is a similar shape, but it's changing slightly in size, I guess. They've said they've modelled this, from what I understood, on the Ursa Mini 12K Pro. So some of the features are taken from that Pro cinema camera and added to the 6K, calling it the 6K Pro. So there's a 6K sensor, and I believe they're using not sure if it's already on there or it's coming on there, but it's got the Gen 5 color science. I think that is already built in. They're also putting that to the 6K and the 4K in a firmware update. So as far as I understand, I think it's already on that Pro one. So that's exciting. So we'll get some new color science, even better skin tones, which are already really nice. And one of the main features that they announced was the LCD screen will now be moving. However, big tears, it's not flipping entirely. So I was like, quite disappointed. Blackmagic, what's happening? I love your cameras, but flip it, just let us flip the screen. For people like me that do a lot of filming of myself, a flip screen, it would just be so good. Anyway, it is progress, so I'm happy that at least it moves. It tilts sort of up and down, so I guess the idea is that if you're filming up high, you can tilt the camera up and you can still see your screen, which is a really big improvement, because currently you really just need to be right in front of the LCD if you're using the LCD. So I'm really happy about that. But please, next model, Blackmagic, let's flip it either sideways or up or something, just so we can see ourselves and we don't have to use that monitor if we don't want to, because your screens are so good. I feel like it goes to waste, like I'm literally not using my LCD right now at all. And I've had to buy a cheap monitor to add to the top, which I feel like is a waste. But happy it's moving. But yeah, please flip it next time. Let's see what else. Oh, it's a 1500 nits, I think they said, at HDR display. So that's nice. Yeah, I would love to have one of those. What else was there? Battery. So they've changed the battery. It's now going to the Sony style NPF 570, I think it was, and that gives you a bit more power. And also they've included there's a battery grip optional thing, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, the battery has been changed. It's still the same sort of door and the same setup, but a just more powerful battery. New addition, built-in ND filters. This is great because I'm forever, actually my ND filter has like half broken now, so there's issues with it. But this has an inbuilt several ND filters, and I think they're motor driven from what I understood, which is great. So you can just change your exposure without having to fiddle with screwing on filters to the front or using magnetic ones, whatever you're using. There is now an optional EVF, so where the hot shoe was, or the screw for the hot shoe, there's kind of like two there now from what I could see, and the first one will accept an EVF that's built by Blackmagic, and it is called the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Pro EVF, and it has some special connectors that screw on there, etc. I think it's like an optical EVF, so it's quite professional. And also the one feature that I loved hearing is that if you are using that, you can either program it or does it automatically, I'm not sure. It turns the LCD off, which will save you a lot of battery power. So that's a great feature. So currently I don't think there is a way to turn the LCD off in any way, as far as I understand. So yeah, that's great, because then you can just switch to the EVF and you're saving battery power as well. So cool feature there. I'm liking that. Yeah, and the last thing was, no, there's another thing. They've added an XLR port, so I think you can have now 2 mics coming out, which is good. And what else did they say? They're both phantom powered as well. And the other thing was that grip, the battery grip that I mentioned. So they've designed a new battery. It looks similar to the other battery grips, but it accepts the NPF 570 battery. And the great thing about it, from what I understood, was that you can power that, you can attach that and detach that without, and you're still leaving the internal battery. So you're running on 3 batteries, which you don't have to take out that battery that's in there, which I think is really, it's a bit, basically you can toggle it on and off from the way they explained, which is pretty handy. And you can load the batteries in and out without, unscrewing the battery grip or whatever. And price-wise, it is, I think these were US dollars, I'm assuming, pretty sure, $2,495 for the camera, the EVF that goes on top, $495, the battery, $145, and it doesn't come with batteries, so they've just let us buy those ourselves, whichever brand we want. And also one more thing that's coming is a software update for the 4K and the 6K to take it to that Gen 5 color science built on the model from the Ursa Mini. And those updates will also include the RGB histogram. I think that's what they were saying, yes. And they're free, obviously, but he said it's not ready yet, just due to, the world being crazy at the moment. There's a bit of delay, I think. So I think he said it in about a month they'll be ready. So that's exciting. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring you all that. I'm really, happy to see there's a new camera coming, and excited to maybe try it one day. At the moment I'm using the 4K, so I haven't even tried the 6K, but the 6K Pro sounds great. So yeah, I'll leave you with that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you get one? Are you a Blackmagic user at the moment? What do you think? What about the flip screen? Let's lobby for that, maybe down the bottom. I would love to see a flip screen. So yeah, that's one thing that's missing, but the camera sounds awesome and the color science sounds even better than it is now. So yeah, looking forward to seeing the camera, and yeah, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.